Welcome to another edition of Chess Chat, a program designed to give you, the viewer, a good understanding of the fascinating world of chess. I am George Marajanian, Program Director of the Wachusett Chess Club at Fitchburg State University. This club meets every Wednesday evening from 7 to 11 in room C-159 at the McKay Complex at the university. And with me today at the Fitchburg Access Television Production Center is our award-winning director, Darren Dame of Fitchburg. He's assisted in the control room and also on camera by longtime Wachusett Chess Club member Brian Bigelow, also of Fitchburg. And sitting next to me is my trusty co-host, author, longtime tournament chess player, a great guy altogether, Dave Couture, Westminster. And across from me, we have the honor and privilege of having a woman Grandmaster-elect, Carissa Yip, with her father, Percy Yip, who've just come back from a tournament, actually, it was in Washington State, Maryland? Or where was it?
DC.
DC?
Yeah.
It was in District of Columbia. Well, the reason why we have actually Carissa and her father here is that Carissa, as the title of our show is stated, has won the U.S. Girls Junior Championship. She did it in July, just a couple of weeks ago, at the St. Louis Chess Club. But prior to that, the month of June, she won the North American Girls Junior Championship in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Charlotte Chess Center, where she earned her third woman Grandmaster norm, which means that the World Chess Federation, which is more commonly known among the chess players as FIDE, will award her that title at its next meeting. And we just learned today that from Percy and Carissa that they're going to be meeting. The FIDE is going to have a meeting actually on September 5th. It's coming up, about a month from now. So we're looking forward to have Carissa having the woman Grandmaster title, and that's quite a distinguished and prestigious title. Congratulations to Carissa. Now I have to ask Percy, at what age did you teach Carissa the game of chess? Do you remember the age she was when you taught her?
It's around, 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the first grade in. She was in first grade.
Yes.
That was March. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and what else can you tell about Carissa as a student, is learning chess? Is there anything you can point out? For example, was she a quick learner? I mean, did she take to this like a duck to water, or it took some time?
I think she's quick to learn, and I think at that time she was very focused. And I think it's very focused on the game and is willing to learn. So I think that is the most important things in chess.
Okay. Now let's get back to this championship she just won, the U.S. Girls Championship. She came in. It was a 10-player field, 10 girls, and it was a round robin. That means they're playing 9 rounds, and she won it with a score of 7.5 points out of 9. There's 6 wins and 3 draws. She was undefeated, the only one undefeated. In fact, we have photo. In fact, the girl who came in second was her name was Rochelle Wu. Where is she from? Is she from California?
Yes.
California,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have actually. Let's show our viewers the girl who came in second to you. We will have photo. There she is at the far end. Yes. You're facing her. You're facing Rochelle Wu. What round is this that you're playing this game?
The 6th round.
6th round. Okay. Now we actually have other. Let's show some other photos we have of you from this tournament. There's a photo of you. Is it not? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're now facing Rochelle. Okay. And this was played where? Where was this championship played?
St. Louis Chess Club.
The St. Louis Chess Club. Okay. And there's a nice picture, a photo of you right there with both of you. You on the left. Okay. Now, besides the U.S. Girls Championship going on, there was also a U.S. boys junior champion, wasn't it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also a senior championship.
Yeah.
The U.S. Senior Championship. We have a photo of all three winners of those championships. Let's show a photo of, on the left, who is that player on the left?
Wonder Leong.
A Wonder Leong. Can you tell us anything about A Wonder Leong? I mean, what do you know about him?
He's a grandmaster. I
Yeah.
think he got the title like at 14.
At 14, at the age of 14, he became a grandmaster?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And of course, there you are in the middle. And by the way, were you the youngest girl in the U.S. Girls Championship as far as age-wise?
No, I don't think so. Rachel Lee is like
Rachel's
9.
younger. Yeah, Rachel was younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the far right here is another player. Who is this player on the right, Carissa?
Alexander Shabalov.
Okay, Alexander Shabalov, who's a grandmaster, and he won this year's U.S. Senior Championship.
Yeah.
All right. So this was all played concurrently. These three championships played. Okay. Now, what we're going to present to our viewers, Carissa, is your game, your key game from this championship, from the 6th round, you said, against Rochelle Wu.
Yeah.
Now, who had white in this game?
I did.
Okay. So, what did you open your game with Rochelle with?
I played E4.
Okay. We're going to see this graphically presented. Okay. Now, do you usually play open E4 all the time, or have you played other moves? Yeah, you played other moves, opening moves?
I like recently experimented a bit with knight f3, C4 stuff, but E4 is still my main weapon.
E4 is still your main weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dave, what did actually Rochelle do in response?
Rochelle played C5,
And what is this?
which is the Sicilian defense.
Okay, very popular
Extremely
defense.
common, yeah.
Okay, and Carissa now played?
Knight f3.
Okay, knight f3, which is the most commonly played second move.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so what did Rochelle do now?
Rochelle played knight to C6. Lots of choices here, but
Developing a piece.
developing a piece,
Right, yeah.
trying to control D4.
Okay, so Carissa now played.
D4.
Okay, we're going to see D4 on the screen here. And that's what she played. And what did Rochelle do in
And
response to
Rochelle
that?
played C takes D4.
This is all standard. This is all according to book, as they say.
And then takes D4.
Knight takes D4 is actually, we're going to see that played. All right.
Yep.
All right. So now what does Rochelle do, Dave?
Now Rochelle plays knight F6, developing the knight and attacking the pawn on E4.
To which Carissa played.
Knight C3 to protect the pawn.
Okay. So Rochelle's move. What is she doing?
She plays E5, attacking that knight,
Aha.
opening up for the bishop.
Now this is something. I mean, there were other possibilities. She could have played the E6 or
Yeah.
even the pawn to D6.
Yeah.
Does this actually move E5 have a name that actually?
Well, we know because you told us before
Well,
the show.
well, not only does it have a name, it has several names. It is right now. It is known around the world as the Sveshnikov variation, named after Russian Grandmaster Yevgeny Sveshnikov, who revived this variation back in the 1970s, early 70s. But you know, this variation, this continuation here, dates back to at least 1910, when world champion Emanuel Lasker, the second official world champion, played this move against challenger Karl Schlechter in a match in 1910 in London. I think they played in London, the match. So it can go by the name of Lasker variation, Lasker Pelikan variation. There was a player named Yiji Pelikan who settled in Argentina, and he revived this in the 1950s. But Sveshnikov, the Russian grandmaster, found some new ideas, and that's why it's called the Sveshnikov variation. But let you continue. I can digress for hours on end. All right, so it is now Carissa's move. What did she play?
Knight DB5.
Okay. Is there a threat? Are you threatening to do something like maybe sinking the knight into D6 with check?
Yeah, Knight D6.
That looks like a threat.
And then I get the bishop pair, so.
Okay. So what did Rochelle do?
So Rochelle plays D6, so now the D6 is covered by both the queen and the bishop. So
All right. All right. So now Carissa's move. What does she play?
Knight D5.
What is the threat? You see actually White's threat?
one of the knights coming in here.
See, forking
Forking, yeah.
check, forking the king and the
Right.
rook. So Black's next move is force, is it not?
Pretty
Black
much,
must
yeah.
play.
Takes the knight on d5.
Knight takes d5. Okay. To which Carissa,
And then E takes D5.
E takes d5. The knight's now under attack.
Attacking the knight.
And now wait a minute. Now where's that knight go? Where can that knight go? I see 2 squares that knight can go to.
Certainly e7.
Or
It could even come back.
to b8. Yes.
And then to here.
What does Rochelle choose? She had a
Rochelle.
choice. She could have gone to back to e8, but she
Knight
chooses
e7.
knight e7. Okay.
You say that's the main? Is this the main line? No.
Knight B8 is the
Knight
main
b8.
line.
It is
Knight
actually
b8.
the main?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, let's point at this point because I like to digress.
Yep.
Knight b8. This variation, by the way, was played last year
Oh, okay. Yep.
at the World Championship match happened to be in London again with Fabiano Caruana, the challenger, who's an American, who's an American player, who played world champion Magnus Carlsen. And Magnus Carlsen was black, and he faced the same variation and played his knight back to b8. So, but later in the match, Carlsen said, "No, I think I'll play knight e7," and that's what he did. So this is actually has been played before in last year World Championship match. Okay, so what did Carissa do now?
So I played C4.
Okay, which adds the further defense of the pawn on d5. Yep. Now what does Rochelle do?
Rochelle needs to reposition this knight, so she puts it on f5.
Now could that knight have gone to g6? Is
Sure,
that a variation that's playable?
Yeah, it's a variation
That's
too.
knight g6 is a playable variation. But Rochelle chose knight f5.
Yeah.
All right, Carissa's move. What did you do?
I play bishop D3.
Okay, developing the knight, getting the knight out. Poised on a very good square.
All right. So Rochelle plays g6, getting ready
Okay.
to fianchetto with the bishop.
Yeah. All right. Now what?
I castle.
Castling. All right.
So is this all still book at this point? Do you know?
This has been played before. Yeah.
Yeah, I
think this
think
has been played
so.
before. Yes, right. Yeah. Yeah, we could have gone actually back before knight f6, but it's too late now. But this has been played before. Yeah.
Yeah.
By whom I cannot tell you, but I'm
Yep.
sure it's been played before. All right. So whose move is it now?
So now it's Rochelle's
Rochelle's.
11th move. She plays a6,
Okay.
Yeah.
Attacking the knight.
attacking the knight.
And
So what do we now? A lot of players, beginners especially, when they see this, their immediate response is to retreat the knight.
Right.
But Carissa came up with a superior move. What was the move that Carissa played here?
I play bishop G5.
Yes.
So the
Right,
point
exactly.
is, if black takes it, then I play knight C7.
Right. If the queen takes the bishop, then you can sink in the c7 with the fork,
Yeah.
Right.
check, and you're going to win the rook.
Yeah, my knight's not trapped either because
That's
I
right.
have the B6 square.
That's right.
Knight would come out here, right?
So,
Okay.
but that's a good tact. That was a good tact that and of course Rochelle must realize that she cannot take the bishop with the
Right.
queen.
Yeah.
So what does she do instead? She has
bishop
to.
E7,
Yep.
and then I
And now
took-
what do you do? Bishop takes e7. Okay, then slow down
Yep.
because we're showing these moves graphically
Yep.
for our viewers to see to help them. And in response to that, Queen takes
e7.
e7. All right, we'll
Yeah.
see that. All right, so Chris's move now. What does she do? Well, she has her move. The next move is force. She has to retreat that knight.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to lose the knight.
So knight C3.
Knight c3 is good. All right, what does Rochelle do now?
And now Rochelle castles.
Okay. All right. All right. So now Chris is going to do what after castling?
Rook E1.
Yeah, because the rook on f1 has no future there.
Yeah.
But it does have a future on the semi-open e file.
All right, and it puts some pressure on this queen here, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, it does. All right. So what does Rochelle do in response to rook e1?
Now she gets the queen off of this.
Yes. She
this
gets a little
file.
nervous having the queen on the e file.
So then c7.
All right. Okay. So now Chris's move after e7.
I play rook C1.
Okay. Good to have that rook
Yeah,
on
eyeing
the
the
c
queen.
file. Yeah. Very good. These Chris's pieces are well positioned.
Yep.
And they're, in fact, all the pieces developed. In fact, she's developed all her pieces. How many pieces have Rochelle not developed? When you look at Rochelle's position, I see two pieces
two of these
which she
two,
has not developed at all. But
Right.
but Carissa's way ahead in development with all her pieces now developed. Okay, so whose move is it now? It's Black's move. Rochelle plays what?
Knight D4.
Knight d4.
Okay, knight d4. All right. Now Carissa does what?
Then I play b4, so I have some c5 ideas.
Okay. Have some activity on the queen side.
Pushing that pawn.
Yeah.
Yes. Rochelle does what now in response to b4?
So in response to that,
Yeah.
I think she's thinking the same thing. She plays b6 to stop that and potentially
Okay. All right.
open up a square to develop the bishop.
Right. Okay. So now what does Carissa do after b6?
So I play queen d2 because I want to like exploit some of the weak dark squares
Yes.
that she
Good.
created with g6.
Yeah, because when she gave her a upper dark square bishop, yeah, she's actually
Right,
weakened.
so she's
yeah,
got
Yeah.
all
she's created
these
weaknesses
holes.
along the dark squares.
Yeah.
An excellent move. All right. What does Rochelle do in response to queen d2?
So now she develops her last piece basically, bishop f5.
Okay. All right. Offering, actually, it looks like an offer of an exchange of bishops here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Carissa does what in response to that?
So then I took, and I considered not taking, but then I like sort of saw a bit of a forced line here.
Okay.
That I ended up playing in the game.
All right.
So
And of course,
thought this was
actually,
good.
Rochelle now recaptures with the knight. Now she's not going to
Right.
take, certainly not take with the pawn.
yeah.
I would say. All right, so knight takes f5. All right. Now what do you do, Carissa? This is your 20th move coming up. And you now okay, so you now redeploy something.
Yeah, so I played knight e4. So like I said, the dark squares earlier, like f6, g5.
Yes, 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 right. So what does Rochelle do in response to knight e4?
She plays knight d4.
Okay, sinks in there. Okay. Which, now, what do you do when she does that? If she plays knight d4, well, you decide to do what?
I played c5, but then I was also considering f4.
F4 was also a possibility.
Yeah.
Right. But instead you played c5. All right. What does Rochelle do now in response to this?
All right, so d takes c5.
And b takes c5.
Okay. And now what does Rochelle do now after that?
Now she plays b takes c5, but she probably would have been better off
Playing f5?
Yeah, f5 first.
F5 was better. She should have played f5.
Did you see that possibility?
Like earlier when I said when I played bishop takes f5, I saw this position.
Yeah.
But then I was looking at b takes c5 first,
Yeah.
not d takes. And then if that happened, then she wouldn't have this f5 option. But now she does.
Now
Yeah.
she does. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what she did
But she missed it.
instead,
She just
yeah, she's okay.
B takes
B takes
C5.
And then I played
Now you have a very good. This is a very
Yeah.
good move. Yeah.
I played
Advancing,
d6.
attacks the queen.
Yeah.
D6. So the queen has to move.
all right.
And where's the queen going?
Queen goes to b6.
Yeah, so that's probably the best place for the queen to go.
On B6. Queen on B6. Okay.
And then I played,
Now you're coming in. Okay. Now you're coming in.
yeah,
Okay.
queen g5.
Okay.
So she's
So I wanna take
exploiting
on-
all
Right,
these
right.
Yeah.
weak dark squares.
Right.
And I want to take on e5 too.
All right.
Right,
So what does she
that's
do?
threat.
Now,
Right, so now she plays
now she
f5
now she
attacking
now,
the knight.
now she comes with f5. Okay.
So then I play knight f6.
Check. All right. Knight f6 check. And the king has to move.
Yeah, so king,
Yeah. So
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. We'll
king
see the
g7.
king.
yeah.
All right.
And then
All right. So the king is on g7. Now you play a very good move, which is
knight h5. But then I was also looking at forking with knight d7 here instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. That was a possibility too, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
I think that's what I was gonna do.
Really,
if
knight
after
d7, which would yes.
Knight
Yeah,
h5, because I figured I could at least repeat moves if she played king g8,
Uh-huh.
and then if she played king h8,
Okay.
h8, I had like a special surprise plan for that.
All right. So here, so
If
you're
she
saying
had-
here is where she made a mistake. This is a mistake which she makes now, right?
Yeah.
So if she had repeated, were you going to just take the draw, or
I was going to take the exchange and play for
You're right.
or like look for something better, but
Yeah.
I feel like king h8 is just like a more natural move instead of king g8.
Yeah.
She like probably missed my move after
Right.
that.
Right.
So she missed king g8 and instead played king h8.
well,
Yeah.
like she said, I think this is a natural move,
Natural.
right?
It's a natural. It looks like a natural move. Yeah.
Because you can't be checked again by the knight.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then if my knight moves back, then she takes on d6, and it's a good position.
All right.
But then,
So what did you do after she played King H8?
so I played Queen E7 instead. Yeah.
Which leaves that knight under attack for her to take.
Yeah, but the
of
king
course,
is-
you're threatening mate. With the queen on E7,
Threatening mate.
you're threatening
Yeah.
the queen, the G7 mate, checkmate. So,
So if she had taken, what do you do?
Oh, then I take on E5.
okay, even if she had brought the rook over to G8,
Yeah.
That's
you're still going to mate her.
Yeah, like
because
Queen
of
F6.
Queen F6 check.
Six, and then
The block, and then
Yeah.
you take the rook on G7 checkmate.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if she had taken, you
Yeah.
were going to take here.
Yeah, that's what happened in the game.
yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
because Rochelle now took the knight. She
does take the knight.
She
yeah.
captures the knight on H5,
So
which
then
allows you to take the pawn. Queen takes E5 check.
Yeah.
Okay. The king now has to move to a light. The light only has one square.
King G8.
King
Yeah.
G8, right? The only move.
And then I think I had a lot of options here. So I was looking at a Queen D5 and like Rook E7 ideas originally.
Queen D5 check.
Down.
And then like maybe some Rook takes C5 at some point because then the knight is undefended on D4.
That was an
Yeah.
option you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I saw this Queen G3 idea.
Okay. Check.
Yeah.
All right. So now the king now just moves back to H8.
Back to H8. Yeah.
King H8.
And then I checked again because I wanted to get some extra time on my clock.
Okay.
So it's 30
and
seconds.
this did give you extra
increment.
time with the clock.
Yeah.
Right. But what happens actually if you were to repeat where the position would come about for the third time?
Yeah, then she could claim a draw.
Then she could claim a draw.
Yeah.
If the position repeated 3 times, yeah, and of course you knew that,
Yeah.
as an experienced chess player.
How were
So-
you guys doing time-wise? Do you remember?
You remember how
who was ahead on
it-
time?
I think we were like pretty even, but I
Even
had
on
less. Yeah.
Okay. So she moves the king
So
back
again,
to
king
G8. Okay.
And Queen G3.
Again.
Check
yeah.
again. All right. So the king now moves backward where it was before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see it. And let's see it actually graphically. After Rochelle moved King H8,
Yeah.
we'll see it graphically posted for our viewers to see. Yeah, there's the check. The queen, your
King
queen is on
H8,
G3
yeah.
check, and the king,
Yeah.
we see the king now just moving to H8. Okay, now what do you do?
And then now I play Rook E7.
Now you play rook to E7, and you are now threatening checkmate with the
Queen's
queen
down mate.
on G7.
Yeah.
Okay, now here is a critical position in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here is where I think Rochelle hallucinated. She played a move, thinking or hoping that she would make the wrong move, but you didn't.
Oh, I think she thought this was like the only move to.
She thought it was the only move, but it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Shall we play the move she played, or should we play the move that she should have played?
We have time to show.
Let's show the move that she should have played in response. She should have played this.
Yeah. So I asked her about after game, and she said she didn't see it at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Because you cannot take that rook.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
of
that's-
92, and then that
Because
was
of the
my
92
queen.
Right.
forking the king and the queen, you'd lose your queen.
Right.
So
So,
she-
it's certainly not obvious.
So
right.
she said that she wasn't even thinking of that move at all.
No.
She didn't even see
Yeah.
that move.
She thought she was just like worse here.
And she thought that her only move here was the move she played in the game.
Yeah.
Let's play the move that Rochelle played in the game.
So she played knight F3 check.
Right, exactly, right.
And the thing with Rook F7 is that's actually still a draw for me, at least. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So Rook F7 could have saved the game for her.
So rook
Yeah.
F7.
And then
But,
I
yeah.
could have played like Queen E5,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then the king.
And then
is
king
forced to
G8.
right.
and then I have like Queen D5, and then there's like an annoying pin for her.
Right,
Yeah.
that is an annoying pin.
Yeah. And then I have like a passed pawn too, so there's pretty good counterplay.
You have good prospects here, even if she played
Even
the
after
Rook F7.
F7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But then after knight F3, I think
But
she
after-
might just
yeah.
be like
Yeah.
almost losing,
All right.
honestly.
So now your response to that, you just simply take
So take with the
knight on
queen.
F3 with the queen. Okay. What does she do in response to your move here? She actually brings the queen. Takes the pawn on
Takes on
D6.
Yeah.
D6.
So
Queen
she's up a
takes
pawn
D6.
now.
Let's
and
see
then
that
like
queen. Yep, we see it now on our screen. Queen takes D6. You do what in response to that?
rook E1.
doubling the rooks. All right. Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
how did she respond to this?
And this is where we've said this is probably the key mistake, right?
Yeah, I think this is just a losing blunder, but
Right.
I think I had pretty good chances here, nonetheless.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So what did she do? Now she makes a move. Well, what was the move that Rochelle played?
She plays H4,
H4.
I believe. Yeah, H4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
But after your next move, which is this is what you played.
yeah, Rook E6, and then she resigned here.
Now, why did she resign? What did she have? I mean, her queen is under attack. So even if she were to move the queen, where did she move the queen? I mean,
Yeah, so I'd say like Queen D2 or something.
right.
And then I have Queen H5 at least, and
Yeah,
then
Queen
there's
takes
no
H,
way
yeah,
she
right.
couldn't
Oh, yeah,
avoid
oh,
mate.
yeah.
Yeah, I also had like
Exact-
Rook takes H7 stuff.
Right, exactly. So
It's pretty nice too.
it would lead to mate. You would actually have a forced mate. This is an unstoppable mate.
Yeah.
So that is why she resigned after you played Rook on the first rank to E6. So let's get the final. Let's show the final position.
So back.
Okay. So after you played Rook E1 to E6, Rochelle resigned. This was 35 moves. A great tactical game from the tournament. Again, the
Yeah.
key. Again, this was a key game because if this game had ended in a draw, and all the other results stayed the same, Rochelle would have won the championship by half point
Yeah.
because she was just a half point behind you.
And going into this, she was a half point ahead of you.
In fact, yes.
right?
Yeah.
So you leapfrogged.
Oh, so this actually allowed you to gain the lead
Yeah.
in the girls' championship by defeating her. So this was a crucial game. I mean, this spelled the difference in the championship.
Yeah.
And by the way, you won this girls' championship last year. This is your second year in a row that you've done that, which
Yeah.
is quite an accomplishment.
And then the year before, I
Okay.
didn't do so well.
Now, by winning this girls' championship, don't you automatically qualify again for next year's U.S. Women's Championship?
Yeah.
How many times have you played now already in the U.S. Championship? At least twice, two times, three
I
times?
think 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting from 13 years old.
I was
Yeah,
like
14.
12. I wasn't 13 yet.
But you
Yeah.
actually, you were one of the youngest playing in the U.S. Women's Championship. But you actually, I remember the year you beat Grandmaster Irina Cross.
Yeah.
That was quite that was actually
That was
First time.
2016.
2016, and
Yeah.
that game got published around the world. I mean, when Carissa did that. And of course, you know what actually put her on the chess map is when she defeated her first Grandmaster, International Grandmaster Alexander Ivanov.
Yeah.
In fact, you did that close to home, though. You did that in Leominster. That's right. We
Yeah.
held the New England Championship, New England Open Championship, and you defeated, and that made news. That made the chess news around the world too. So Carissa has garnered more publicity for anybody who's ever been a member of the Watchers Chess Club. And again, you brought Carissa to the club, when she was very young, and you brought it to other clubs. You played it in some other clubs, like did you play in Billerica or the Boylston Chess Club?
Yeah, I played in Billerica, Boylston, Metro West.
Metro West.
But I think
right.
that's it.
Yeah, so you're very experienced playing in various chess clubs, but we asked you some time ago, why do you enjoy playing at Wachusett? And you said, because it's easier to beat the players there. Well, thank you, Carissa. Thank you for coming and showing your game against Rochelle Wu from the U.S. Girls Championship.
Thanks for having me.
And we hope to have you
Congratulations.
back when you have another great performance at your next tournament. Okay?
Thank you.
So we wish our viewers great luck in seeing Carissa. Follow her career. Go on, just Google Carissa Yip's name, and you'll find a lot of information about Carissa Yip, our woman Grandmaster-elect. Great performance by you,
Thank
Carissa.
you.
Thank you for coming with
Thank
your
you,
father.
Jess.
Thank you very much.